Hey guys. So I thought we would try out this build of Esper. I was gonna take a more typical build of Esper today. When I was looking through the list, I kind of forgot it that this one had recently 5-0'd. It's God's Shadow's recent list, and thought it seemed kind of spicy. Last guy, I don't know. But I have been regardless, so I don't think it'll be an issue. Like my page now says we're close to like 100 average now, so it hopefully won't be an issue. That does factor in hosts and stuff. There haven't been like too many hosts lately, so it should be fine. Yeah, so a pretty peculiar, I should say, pretty peculiar Esper list. You'll notice a lot of things are missing from like your standard Esper list. For one of the main cards that people usually jump to Esper for is Fatal Push over Blue White, and there's no copies of Fatal Push. I thought that was interesting. Uh, None of the high end walkers, so no Jace the Mind Sculptor, no Teferi, which are usually the way the non-red control decks close out the games. So none of them. Only two Esper Charms. A lot of people will go a lot deeper on Esper Charm when they're with their Esper builds. I personally like going lighter on them, so I like that. A couple copies of Kaya's Guile, two copies of Kaya, which I think is pretty sweet because I like this card quite a bit, and I've yet to actually play a list playing multiple copies, and then two copies of Little Teferi. So the only walkers we're playing are those two. I really like the main deck Engineered Explosives, or not Engineered Explosives, I always say that. Plague Engineer. I like this card a lot. It comes up in so many matchups, and I think it's just like a sweet inclusion. One thing that bums me out is one of the more prominent matchups we've been running into lately is Mono Red Phoenix. And they slapped 2 toughness on every single creature in that deck. Like, all of them. They're all 1/2s for some reason. So we don't get to kill anything in that matchup, which bums me out. Uh, but yeah, there's a ton of matchups where, like, having this guy main deck will just be so sweet. Any of the creature matchups, even the ones where they're too big for Plague Engineer for his ability to kill anything, it's still a 2/2 Death Touch that can get in the way. Which that's not when he's at his best, but still pretty good. Still pretty good. A couple copies of Cast Down. So this was the card decision I thought was most interesting. 2 copies of Cast Down before any copies of Fatal Push. You normally see like max out on push and then Cast Down as an additional removal spell. But he went, well, it doesn't hit GAC because it's non-legendary and GAC is legendary. So it doesn't even kill Hogak. So I'm really not sure why the 2-mana Cast Down over Fatal Pushes. Maybe it's too, I don't even know. I honestly don't know. Like, it's not too hard to get the Revolt on Fatal Push with fetch lands, obviously. So to run multiple copies of Cast Down and not pushes makes me think that it's problematic 5 CMC and up creatures, and I don't know what those would even be. Like Reality Smashers, I guess. I don't even know. So we'll see. That'll be a learning experience. I hope we run into the situation where that comes up because I'm really not sure where it does. God, there's a lot to go through with this list. We're almost there. A couple copies of Prohibit, a card I was like super upset to see spoiled because I thought it was the nail in the coffin that meant we weren't getting Counterspell. But it's an interesting one. It's 2-mana counter a thing that's CMC 2 or less, or 4-mana counter a thing that's CMC 4 or less. So you're never getting like a mana advantage on them with this spell, which is what like the concern of Counterspell is that you can be countering something that costs 10 for 2 mana at any point in the game. With this you're never getting a mana advantage. But I don't know, I think this card's terrible. I'm gonna be honest, I have not cast it in a single game of Modern. but I think it's terrible. He played 2. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see. We'll see. Still 2 copies of Logic Knot, so it's not like instead of those, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. 3 copies of Jaceren's Prodigy. I know he is a big fan of this card. It's in like all of his lists. Grixis and Esper alike. So technically another win con, I guess, if you ultimate Jace, but we'll see. Just kind of like more copies of Snapcaster Mage that are a little bit slower but a little bit more powerful. Some hand disruption. You don't always see this in Esper either. Notably here as well, no gets around Chalice on 1. There you go. There's something it does over Fatal Push, I guess. It gets around Chalices. So if Chalice is a big concern, there you go. No Sweepers main deck. There are 2 Verdicts in the sideboard. None main. I don't love that. But, similar, I guess, to Jeskai, normally Esper is filled with spot removal between, sometimes a cast down, a bunch of Fatal Pushes, a bunch of Path. That's not even the case here. I guess just not valuing Sweepers, saying that, there's not a ton of go-wide creature decks right now. So, no Sweeper in the sideboard. So real quick in the sideboard, we've got some Force Negations, a Flusterstorm, another card. I feel like he's like just testing out some stuff in Modern, because I feel like Flusterstorm's not great either. We'll see if that ever comes up. And I think it was Odysseus that was pointing this out earlier. Yeah, it was. The sideboard, if you notice, it's like construction. Aside from the Flusterstorm, it is a 2 of, 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 a 2 of. So it's probably there's a lot of 2 ofs here too. 2 of, 2 of, 2 of, 2 of. Logic Knot 2 of. All the Planeswalkers 2 of. Esper Charm, Kaya's Guile. Everything's a 2 of. So it's probably going to be a situation where it's like, okay, this card's bad. 2 out, 2 in. 2 out, 2 in. Definitely a pattern here with the deck building. Command's not working. Yeah, for some reason, the custom commands are not working. I'm still trying to get that figured out. I got it so at least the deckless commands are... Oh, that doesn't work if you don't type in the exclamation mark, huh? The deckless commands are working again, but some of the bots are still having issues. Yeah. I understand this 5-0, but it feels like such a clunky, inefficient list. Maybe. I don't know. That's what I wanted to see. That's what we're going to see. So, going to go ahead and jump into a league and see how it goes. Definitely something different. So a familiar deck, but a very different take on it. We'll see how it plays out. 4 Cryptic Commands. That is the one card that he's still all in on. But yeah, a lot of cards I'm interested to see how they play out. The cast downs, the prohibits, the Jaces, the Kayas, the Flusterstorm in the sideboard. We'll see if that ever comes up. I guess with like that Twiddlestorm deck getting popular, maybe that's like the answer there. Okay, so we've got Prohibit, we've got Opt, we're on the play. I think I'll keep this one. I'm going to shock off this Hallowed Fountain, Opt, looking for lands. Try to get this turn 3 to Fairy down. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Kaya. I really do like her as a piece of graveyard interaction, a piece of life gain, a piece of removal for permanents that can sometimes be pretty tricky to remove. She's just a win con. Like, I've actually won a handful of games, just ultimating against a variety of decks. I got her down really early one time against like a blue-white mirror. They just couldn't deal with her, and it just ultimately killed her. Or she ultimately killed them. Hey, what's up, Ike? Yeah, doing a day stream today once again, because it's not looking like I'm going to be able to do a night stream tonight after last night. Last night ran so long. I was running a Commander tournament. We had like 40 people. Looks like we're playing against Hogak. Definitely going to get rid of this Esper Charm. Hopefully we're going to find a land. We do. I guess there's a good chance I'm going to be prohibiting something here. So I'm going to just play this one and send back. Yeah, I had to run like a 40-person Commander tournament, and it was tiring. Yeah, we're playing God's Shadows Esper list. It's a super, super weird one. If you take a look at the deck list, it is a super weird one. Hey, thanks, Odysseus. Let's see how we fare against the old Gak. Ooh, is it starting? It is starting. So, fair warning. There's supposed to be a storm hitting me in 30 minutes. So, I don't know how bad it's supposed to be, but it is supposed to be like a lightning storm. Oh yeah, Gak time. When is it not Gak time, though, you know? We're always expecting Gak time. Satyr Wayfinder, that is going to find a prohibit for me, for sure. Probably the first time they've ever had something prohibited. I know I have not. That sounds like a long event. No, it wasn't 1v1. Just they just played in 3 to 4. It's like multiplayer. It doesn't actually matter like who wins. It's more of like a casual tournament where they get packs just for entering, and then they just play like hour and a half long rounds. So it's a little more laid back than it could be. I think I want to get a Teferi and just go ahead and bounce this guy. Kind of just a little tempo play here. We're going to go with the Hollowed Fountain. Prioritize blue mana. Hey, what's up, Brett? Get this guy down. Send this guy back. Find an Inquisition. Would have been nice if I could have cast that this turn. Not to take the Gravecrawler, I guess. It's not a particularly good thing to Inquisition. But still, might be nice going forward. Yeah, so like being able to take something like a Stitcher Supplier would have been really nice. I'm going to load up the graveyard here. Ooh, they're on the Lotleth Troll. Ooh, they're still on Altar. Interesting. I didn't think they were still playing Altar. This deck looks bad. See, I kind of agree, but I want to see. My first impression of the deck was also that it seemed subpar, but he did well with it, so I figured we would see Kai's Guile. Not a Kai's Guile. Alright, so what are we interested in doing this turn? Not Esper Charming them, because we know they have at least a Gravecrawler they can get rid of. Probably going to go ahead and just Inquisition here, though I don't know what I'd be taking that they wouldn't have cast there. I feel like they would have cast anything else. So I could just leave up Snap Prohibit, I suppose. Oh, I know, Pike. I know. This is for science, you know? So maybe instead of the Inquisition, because I have a feeling that there won't be something I will be able to profitably Inquisition. Maybe I'm just shocking once again down to 12 and Snap Prohibiting. I know, the Prohibit. I know. I kind of like that, though. Maybe we do that. You know, and if we don't have to prohibit anything, I Esper Charm at the cost of 2 life. Kind of playing a lot of my life here. Opponent really hasn't hit me. I've just kind of done a ton of damage to myself. I shocked. What, every single time? Inquisition on draw. No, I think I want to have the option to Snap Prohibit here. That is an option, though. I could actually Inquisition on the draw. I could have Inquisition on the draw step and then hit Esper Charm as well. I still don't think we want to. I still don't think it's the move. Looks like they're just going to, like, hard cast a, what's it called? Vengevine, yeah. That's actually pretty problematic here. I don't have a good answer to that. So, prohibit. Can't prohibit it. Hey, Harry, thanks for the sub, man. Thanks for the 14 months. Now I need to sell your soul because that's how the Twitch thing... Oh. I didn't know I had to do that. Let's go ahead and get a pack open here real quick. Boop. Hot pack. 25 points. Tolsimir. Yeah, this kind of just owns me, huh? I guess I could try to find a path here. So we'll let this resolve. Let them declare their attacks. I'm going to Esper Charm, draw 2 cards, and hopefully find a path to exile. Thank you for the sub, Harry. I guess that was another thing that Shocking allowed us to do. Esper Charm, draw, plus be able to cast a path to exile. Or an opt or something. They're thinking about if that Teferi matters. They do think it does, so that's cool. I'm actually happy to see that. We'll draw 2 cards. Hey, there's a Kaya's Guile. And we do find the opt. So Teferi's going down. Bye-bye. Gonna opt here. Still looking for a path. Cool. And we'll draw. Okay, so this turn we can Kaya's Guile plus path. So far there is a Faithless Looting in the bin. They do now have a Vengevine, which I guess I should just path potentially now. Make it more awkward. So if they just have a Hogak in hand, they can't just cast it. Yeah, I think I want to just go play this, path a thing, Kaya's Guile up. Don't necessarily need to Kaya's Guile now. It'll let them Faithless Looting, but that's maybe okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to fire off a path on this right now, just so they don't have the 2 creatures in play. I know they have the Gravecrawler, so if they go to cast Gravecrawler, maybe in response I should maybe make them sack, get rid of the graveyard. Though if I do that, the way this works is they're still going to have the 3 cards then in their graveyard. I want to do this. How do I want to do this? Could go for, honestly, this is a weird line, but I could play Teferi and bounce this guy just to get him to play it again and then path and hopefully have that eat his whole turn. But then if he like doesn't just go for playing Vengevine, it could go poorly. He has this Faithless Looting, so there's a reasonable chance that he'd be able to just get it back for free. So I think I'm just going to send back. If he just casts like Hogak, that's almost okay. Because I can snap path it, I guess. Tap my mana like this. Path here. Could snap path on this, but I don't think I want to do that. So like now if he goes play Gravecrawler, play Hogak, I can snap path the Hogak. Looks like maybe just another Vengevine. Oh, okay. So now I can go snap path, block here, path here, and clear everything in the graveyard with a Kaya's Guile after this. Can even start with an Inquisition and then Kaya's Guile. I like this. Yeah, I could actually go for that right now. Now that there's a second Vengevine, I could actually path this, but now I don't think it matters too much. Actually, I think I just path and block because I want to be Kaya's Guiling, and now I can Kaya's Guile a different mode rather than sack a creature. And then block here. So the problem with making Stitcher get sacked with Kaya's Guile and clearing the graveyard is I think the way it works, the Kaya's Guile has to fully resolve. So they sack the thing. This goes on the stack, but then the Kaya's Guile still finishes resolving. It exiles the graveyard. Then they put 3 cards into the graveyard. So this way they put the 3... Oh, don't have a land drop, please. Don't have a land drop. Don't have a land drop. Just send the turn back. No land drop. Yeah, because you can't interrupt a spell resolving. Even things going, even triggers and stuff, I don't believe can interrupt a spell resolving. Sorry about that. Oh, they had the land. That's annoying. They're cracking it right away, too. Oh no, Dryad Arbor. This means they can Hogak right away. Oh, that's a bad. We got gacked. I didn't think I was getting gacked off the land. I didn't think I was going to be getting gacked off the land. Well, there's a Snapcaster Mage. Alright, well, I guess I can Teferi at least reset the gack here. Draw a card. I want to do it off of like that. That looks like a reasonable thing to reset them off of. Only thing it doesn't leave up is... I wouldn't leave up Logic Knot, which I guess I could potentially want to Logic Knot this guy. I don't even know if I'd actually be able to. Never mind. He has like so much mana up. Probably wouldn't be able to, but probably still leave myself the option. Blue, white, black. Teferi. Reset the gack. Draw land. Okay. Something to do. I have the Kaya's Guile. Could make him sack, get rid of the graveyard here. Sacks Bloodghast, which is pretty free. He's got 5 cards in the graveyard. Let me think. Oh, give me 1 sec, sorry. Probably just make it tricky for him to cast Hogak, right? I'm just thinking if sack makes more sense than just like make a spirit or gain some life. Hopefully if I just get rid of the graveyard here, they can't. Yeah, I'm just gonna hope if I get rid of the graveyard here, they can't get him this turn. What do I want to do as the other mode? Sacrifice might do nothing. Make a spirit. Make a spirit's interesting. I think I actually make a spirit here. Making a spirit means they have to send... Yeah, I think it makes sense to make a spirit. So we're going to go exile. Make a spirit. Okay, send back. Hey, Bethany. Thank you for the bits. So harder to gack. And yeah, that's a good point. So now, assuming they can't gack this turn, we can potentially Cryptic. Ugh. They can gack this turn. Satyr Wayfinder is going to let them gack this turn. You just got to beat so many Hogaks. There's too many of them. There's a Hogak, Carrion Feeder, a Fatal Push. There's just too many of them. If they can't gack this turn, famous last words, I know. I know. That was a little hopeful. It was a little hopeful. Okay, they're thinking about their options. You know, it would be sweet. Next turn, settle the wreckage. You're right. Oh, are they attacking? Okay, they can still gack here, but yeah. I mean, I'll block. It's not like this is stopping 8 damage at any point, because you know they put trample on that card too. I assume that meant they had a land here. Might as well not go to, might as well not go under 11, or under 10, I should say. So these guys have haste in the future. Me and the boys getting gacked on. Me and the boys getting gacked. They're going to come out with the, like, ban list update in 2 weeks. They're not going to get rid of any cards. They're just going to be like, just get gacked. That's all it's going to say. In the ban list update is just going to be a big web page that just says get gacked, and that's it. Or maybe they go the other way and go any card that was ever in this deck is banned. Fatal Push, Carrion Feeder, Dryad Arbor, Satyr Wayfinder, Bloodgat. They're all banned. Just all of them. Overgrown Tomb, out of here. Watery Grave, it's in that crab version. Out of here. Banned. Swamp, banned. Leyline of the Void, it was in the deck. Banned. Lotless Troll, oh, you know he's banned. Anything that's been in the 75. Hedron Crab, banned. Not a chance. You wish Hedron Crab. Man, he's been holding on to that Gravecrawler this whole time. Just interesting, it never came up. That troll is big. Big troll. Big old troll. Man, this is a powerful turn. This one I don't know if we're going to be able to recover from. Especially because we don't have a sweeper in the deck. At least not in the main deck. The sad thing is there's a serious discussion that is just Supplier and Wayfinder take the hit. What? What? That'd be so weird. I guess I could Inquisition their last card. You know what? Why not? Let's see what it is. What do you got over there, bud? Let me see that last card. Ah, okay. Cool, cool, cool. I guess I could have done that draw step. I always forget about the Teferi. That is a pun. I always forget about the Teferi. Could have draw stepped it. Could have taken his card for the draw step. Alright, so let's Cryptic tap. Tap him. I'm drawing a card. I need this card to be Winds of Abandon. Maybe that's what one of the cast downs should be. If you're gonna play the 2-mana removal spell, I know it doesn't have, you know, I know it's a sorcery, but like maybe that's what one of them should be, because that does get rid of Hogak. And then that also gets rid of everything, especially if you're gonna run a list with no sweepers. Maybe a Winds would be cool. At this time of day, in this part of Twitch, located entirely within this stream. Thoughtsies. Nice. Looks like we're going to be snap crypticing. Just, you know, buying ourselves some time before we die. Before we die. Hey, what's up, Bull? How you doing, man? Just gonna cryptic tap here. Man, he's at 8 life. We could just kill him. We have a tar pit in play. We could just 5 him, you know, pretend he can't attack us, and then 5 him. Easy. Ooh, ooh, hoo hoo. Wait a minute. We actually could race him potentially. No! Satyr Wayfinder's annoying. Doing well? Very nice. Doing pretty well myself. Interesting. Alright. If I 1, 2, 3 attack, no. How can I get out of this? Because even if I draw a Cryptic, I can't tap their team. But now he has a blocker for my Snapcaster. But if we drew like a Cryptic and I bounced something and drew a land. So it makes me want to path. I guess I still path again. This is 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. Still pathing the gap. Gag. Path my snap. No. Getting rid of the gag here. Another path. Interesting. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We might be in this one. Now we can path this guy. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to 6. Get them down. I guess I attack with the snap. Do I attack with the snap? Put him to 7. He's going to block here. What if I go... Oh, bouncing... Oh, yeah. Okay, there's more Hogaks in there. So what if I bounce here, attack for 5, have a path up, but I'm going to have to path the Gak. He may not block. That's true. What I could just say he will block with this though. He will block. He's at 10. Yeah, I feel like he'll block. And if he blocks, it's kind of annoying. I might want to like pick this guy up with Teferi. Question is if I want to just cash Teferi in for a draw here. I know this is like fuel that he's happy to recast, but if I do that, attack for 5, we'll see where his attack goes. I can path if it's lethal. I kind of want to cash Teferi in. All right, I'm gonna try to do a thing here. See what we draw. We also know he plays fatal pushes. A colonnade. Oh my god. That could be a piece of the puzzle here too. Oh, it might be one short though. All right, fire up the tar pit. Get in for 5. We can prohibit. That is true. There's a prohibit here. I can prohibit the Wayfinder and still have path up. Okay. We'll send back. We're jumping through... I could bounce snap. That is true. Could bounce snap instead. But then I don't think I get in for that 2 damage, which I think might matter. I could prohibit the Wayfinder. I don't know if that matters or not. I wonder if I'm supposed to save it for like a fatal push. I'm still at 11, so the Bloodghast doesn't have haste. I'm trying here. Oh, man. Him being at 5. Just pay 1 more life somewhere, please. Please. Interesting spot. We're giving him a run for his money, at least. We're game 1 giving him a run for his money. Just top deck bolt. I know. I know. That's why I put them in my deck. Hey, Scout, thank you so much for the 10 months. Thank you for the sub. Get this open. Boop, boop. 5 play points. Obsidat's Aid. Sick. Thank you so much for the 5 months. All right, let's get that thing out of here. I think that matters enough. Prohibit. Psionic Blast. That would do it. We could play a Psionic Blast. If anyone was ever to top deck a Simian Spirit Guide and a Bolton Esper, it would be Evan. That's true. That's true. It's true. Prohibity dibbity. Oh man. Am I gonna have to start saying that every time? I kind of like that. Man, why am I getting like messages from everybody I know all at once? I'm sorry for checking my phone, so my phone just like, I don't know that many people, and they're all texting me all at once. What is that? Is that a, like, Omniscience Obsidat Aid deck? What is that? I know. So if he's convoking, it means we take less. This could be a thing. Could be a thing. If he doesn't expect the path, you know? If he only has the Hogak back, we could get him. Give me your number so you can text me memes. I've got enough people texting me memes. Thank you very much. I've got a plentiful supply of memes. Okay. He just goes in because it looks like it's lethal. If he doesn't have another creature, we just win. And it like most of his black 1-drop creatures can't block. He has to have like Stitcher Supplier, or we win on board, or Fatal Push. Get rid of the one that can get bigger. Take the hit. He might be dead if he doesn't have Fatal Push. He wasn't buying the path. He wasn't buying it. Come back. Come back to me, turn. Come back. Give me the turn. Give me the turn and draw a Cryptic. We won game 1. What? What? Oh my god, I forgot we have Kaya in this deck. That's pretty good against this deck. Oh my god. Oh my god. We won game 1. That's sick. Alright, so we have like cards that matter. Look at all these cards that matter. We probably want at least one of these. Okay. Prohibit. Jace. Nah. Get Jace out of here. Jace, get those surgicals in. Yeah. Cast down. Now spell bombs. Nice. Plague Engineers, popping them up to 3. Good stuff. I can't believe we just won that game. That was unbelievable. Probably want at least one of these. Put this deck in the garbage. Cast down is not great. It really it can kill Vengevines. But I guess we could drop them. What do we want them to even be? Do we want like forces? Like we're at 60 right here. So cards that could technically still be in the deck is Prohibit, Jace, Forces, another Verdict. Could have another Verdict. Plague Engineer on Zombie or Spirit is great. Well, on Zombie most of the time, but yeah. Having three Plague Engineers should be nice. So I probably don't need to overload on the Verdicts. The Cast Downs, I think, might be the most suspect card, which is saying a lot because Prohibit's in this deck, and I don't think Prohibit is very good. Pike is saying we do want another Wrath. We can have another Wrath for sure, but we need to make a cut then. Do we want to keep all of the Thoughtseizes and Inquisitions? Teferi looking like garbage. Teferi looking like he played a key role in that win the first game. playing a key disruptive role that first game. But alright, I can buy it. Alright, let's try this build. This looks reasonable. Hey, what's up, Eugene? I don't know, last guy. I don't know. The argument is like Prohibit can still hard counter things that are cheap late game, whereas Mana Leak cannot necessarily do that. Okay, so this hand is interesting. It has the powerful Plague Engineer. It has Kaya's Guile. It has no white mana, and it has double Wrath. I think I keep it. It's got some powerful stuff. The problem is we're on the draw. Turn 3 Plague Engineer on the draw is rough. Harry says Sneep. I know, Pike. That was what I said in the beginning. You literally cannot trade up on mana with Prohibit. That was my big thing with it. I was saying in the beginning. No matter what, and that's why like they don't want to give us counterspell because we can counter that 7 mana Karn or the 3 mana Karn with 2 mana. You know, and that would be too good. Thoughtseize. No. Your high available quality for the stream is 720. Is that something you can fix? Yeah, we had it at 1080 the other night. I set it up so it could go up to 1080, and we had some like serious lag issues, and when I removed it, we didn't have lag issues. Like I was having frames getting dropped, and people were saying the picture was frozen and stuff like that. So I think the two were related. So for now, we have it at 720. I'm going to look more into it and see what the deal with that was. but it seemed like they were related. So for now, 720, but a functional stream. Imagine being able to counter their turn 2 8-mana card with our turn 2 2-mana card, or their turn 3 7-mana card out of Tron with our turn 2 2-mana card. That'd be crazy. That'd be absurd. Like Logic, not always. Not always. By the way, this deck should splash Ren in 6. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a pretty easy splash too, you know. Just 2 colors. That's not that bad. Like a 2-color splash, that's so doable these days. I'm just gonna play an island. Send back. They're thinking hard. Yeah, they took the Kaya's Guile. Interesting. And still losing anyways? Yeah, exactly. But, like, at least I'd feel good about getting to counter their sick play. Like, you know, I'm losing to the next one, for sure. But, you know, getting to stop that first one sometimes, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. Guile does exile graveyards. That's true. There's a Hogak. Carrion Feeder. So we're going to Plague Engineer on Satyr, I guess. I'm going to bottom that one. That is, in fact, not a white land. That one is, though. That one is. Play that and send back. Yeah, unfortunately, no surgical. Gonna get gacked here. Gonna get gacked. This guy's gonna be a little bit too slow. Now, if I do draw another white land, we could play this guy, planning on blocking the gack, still taking 6 from him, but trading, I guess, and then having Verdict? I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't sound good at all. Let's them just gack multiple times. Whatever. They can gack like 200 times a match, so. Oh. Oh, I forgot this card's in the deck. Haven't seen it cast and it didn't matter. I like the art on this card. It's cool. Take a cool angle. 13 more days of gacking. True. Then Sweet Freedom. Then Sweet Freedom. Back to getting conflagrated. And, Creeping Chilled. Oh, please don't tell me you can Vengevine this turn somehow. Please don't do it. I guess it's not even somehow. They haven't made their land drop yet. Oh, no. Please don't do it to me. No, there's a Gravecrawler. Don't play a Black Source, please. Please, don't do it. No Swamp. You only have 3 cards. One of them, it's not Swamp. It's not Black Source. You gotta just send back. You can play your Gack, and then just send back. Don't Vengevine me. That would be incredibly rude. Oh, he jebaited me. Oh, what a massive jebait. I probably should have just, like, mulliganed to a surgical or a, what's it called? Spellbomb. Yeah, I guess the Gack Vengevine is me anyways. I suppose. I may have forgot about the fact that the Hogak Vengevine's me anyways. Now, I think this was a strong turn. I can't say for sure, but I think the opponent had a pretty strong turn here. Oh, something to give me a glimmer of hope. Interesting. So I could play this in Name Zombie, clear these 2, block here. He's not a zombie, but still block here. Take 6, 10, 11, go to 4, go to 2, sweep, die to a Bloodghast. Okay. Yeah. Could snap opt as well. Go to 1 instead. Nope, that wouldn't work. Yep, just gotta play this guy on zombie. Zombie. Okay. Kill those. Send back. Block the Vengevine. Take 9. That makes more sense. You're smarter than me, Pike. And that just makes way more sense. Block. Doesn't attack with a Wayfinder. Just stops more damage doing this. Just stops more damage. That's just smart. That's just good, clean magic. I'm over here making crazy plays. We're at 7. We're at 5. Sweep. Reset. There's a Gravecrawler in the bin. Okay. Dredge is fine to have in the format. Dredge is a little more hateable. Dredge is a little more hateable, I will say. Okay. The loots. A Gravecrawler, Dryad Arbor. Alright. Give me, I guess, nothing. Planes here, just shock, go to 5, just gonna shock, go to 5, get him out of here. Hopefully, opponent's got nothing. He discarded those cards for some reason, he kept 3 lands in hand, he drew another land, easy. So what could happen now is they could refill, and I don't Vengevine. Wait a minute. There's Vengevines in the bin. Don't Vengevine. Oh, he's Vengevining. Oh, no. Oh, God. I'm going to 1. I'm just dead. Oh, we're just dead. Oh, dead on the spot. Oh, my God. This is brutal. Yep. Hey, what's up, bunny? Yep. So now I can't even draw the Spell Bomb. Blast Zone. Get him out of here. Send back. Oh my God. Oh my God. Another Carrion Feeder. Let's try one more time. I don't think we want to make any changes here. Give it another shot. Oh my gack. Oh my gack. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. Every once in a while a deck like this pops up in a format like Modern. You know, Modern's a powerful place. There's a lot of cards to be drawing power from. Every once in a while they assemble in a way that's a little too strong. Happens. Gotta fight through it. Well, that's the hope, Drake. That's the hope. We don't have any turn 1 grave interaction. I think it's possibly a mistake to keep this one, but here I am keeping it. Maybe on the play. Maybe on the play, double Kaya's Guile will bring us home. Maybe. Is Clancy still addicted to... I don't know. I don't know. Haven't walked in on it. Ban Colonnade. Yeah, it's about time they ban Celestial Colonnade. Card's just too good. It's kind of insane that Snow-Covered Plains is still legal in the format. I mean, the busted things you can do with this card is kind of disgusting. Ooh. Okay, that was a really good draw. Satyr Wayfinder, double trophy. Your hand is terrible. I'm going to take the Satyr Wayfinder. They were ready for the graveyard hate, but not this graveyard hate. So you're saying there's a chance. Now, how I win? That's a good question. Well, there's something I could get them to trophy. I could technically play that in the hopes that they just trophy it, and I get an island and then have Cryptic up. Kind of think I'm supposed to just do something here. I think I'm probably not going to have to Guile this turn. He pretty much has to trophy. No, not on Carrier, please. Fixes our mana. Gets one of those trophies out of his hand. Which means, oh, nope, doesn't use it. Makes it so a lot of his plays don't work. Oh, whoa, we're ahead on time? Oh my god, I didn't realize the opponent took so much time last turn. We were behind. He drew another state away from me. Come on. Come on. Vengevine in the bin. Come on. Stop it. Cut it out. I think we were like, they were ahead by like 2 minutes. I guess the last game they played a little slower than us. This has definitely been the longest match I've had against Hogak. So I guess I can make them sack a dude, exile their graveyard, get in. You've only recently learned that engineers... Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty sweet one. So we can, like, you know, name human or whatever, and our Snapcasters don't just die. Ooh, a path? I think it's good enough to just, like, knock out this Vengevine, get rid of their guy, get in for 2. Next turn they hardcast a Vengevine, then I can make them sack it, get rid of their graveyard or whatever. I think we just do this. Actually, let's attack first. Like, you know, what if he happens to block? Get rid of their graveyard, make them sack. There's going to be a hardcast Vengevine. You can do the same thing, make them sack, get rid of the graveyard, gets rid of the Vengevine. Yep. You got it. Lands would be nice. Could just path this one, to be honest. Would it be better to just path this guy? Maybe if I had... Yeah, you know what? Maybe it is, and then I can leave up Logic Knot. I'm going to path instead. Path and leave up Logic Knot for 3. Kai's Guile is not insane against this deck. I would not agree with that. Really? What? What? Did he mean to click on this? I don't... What? What? You trying to strip me off white here? Not today. Not today. Not today, opponent. No, no, no. You don't do that. You don't do that. Nah, he's just trying to take me off white mana. I'm actually going to cryptic that. Weird play, but I feel like that card does a lot. Wait! Oh, well, it puts 6 cards in the graveyard. I'm an idiot. It only puts 6 cards in the graveyard. I forgot I have this. Well, that's still pretty good, I guess. Alright. This could be a Kaya's Guile situation. I'm a dummy. I wasn't thinking about the fact it was a zombie. Yeah, I think this is a Kaya's Guile. Kill and sweep. Could be Snap Path. No. Sack creature, get rid of the graveyard. I like having the Snap Path insurance plan. Does get the game over quicker though, having a Snapcaster in play. Okay. By shocking, I can have Snap Guile. Sure. I don't think I need that, but maybe it comes up. Alright, I'm gonna let that resolve. Because I have the Snap Guile plan that. If he hits Bloodghast, it's a little annoying. Alright, so he did hit Bloodghast. If he cracks this though, I can go Snap Guile. He just had a land drop. Okay. So now I can't get rid of it. That's fine. It's 6. Can just... Well, if I Snap Guile... So now I just let him do this, and then I Snap Path, and then I kill him if I draw a black source. Come on, Swamp. I guess this could technically kill me. If he has push. Cool! We beat the GAC! We beat the GAC! Yeah, you don't need to ban it. It's fine. It's beatable. That didn't take everything in the world. Those trophies were wild. That was a really weird trophy. That was a really weird trophy. All right, just gonna be right back using the bathroom. So I just realized the time. It's going to have to be Operation Play the Games a little bit faster. If our Hogak match just lasted an hour, I am not going to be able to finish this before work. So we need to. I need to play a bit faster here. So time to play faster. This deck is not a quick winner. It's okay. We're gonna hit like Mono Red Phoenix 4 times in a row here. They'll be quick ones. They'll be speedy ones. Gotta try to make my decisions a little bit quicker. Yeah, Esper's too good. They gotta ban something on Esper instead. Leave Gak alone. All right. Keep his hand. Some removal and opt. Yeah, I know. It's weird to see the counter squalls because it's not. I don't know. Maybe he's taking like a way more aggressive approach with this deck. Because counter squall, I mean, I like it in Grixis when we have the Bolt Snap Bolt plan to really pressure their life total, but we don't have that in this deck. Oh baby, this not being a push is awkward. Hey, this can kill a Titan. I'm just playing a Colonnade and send him back here. Could just be, yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's a smart dude. I don't think he's just like having leftovers from Grixis in his deck, but maybe, maybe. I don't think that's the case though. Gaining a little bit of life here. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. I'm just gonna send back. Have our little logic knot up. Probably just opting. Don't think I'm gonna be casting down here. Is that what that was? I was wondering why you were suggesting I went there, and then I Googled it and was like, that's probably why. Oh, wow. That's just people getting run over by bunnies. So there's just bunnies everywhere? Oh my god. The person's being eaten alive by bunnies. That's crazy. Is that where you live? I feel like that's where you should be from. They've got a Thinker here on the Ancient Stirrings. Looks like they grabbed a Field of the Dead. Ooh, that's a cool addition. That's something I'm not going to be able to interact with without my Field of Ruins. I'm going to crack first here, grab a Watery Grave. Then I'm going to opt. Don't have Fatal Push. Is something I could draw. I don't think I want that here. They have a lot of sacrifice protection, and it's just not doing anything I really needed to do. Play. You know what? I'm actually just going to play an island this turn. I have this other opt and potentially want a Logic Knot, and that could help me Logic Knot for a more significant number. Means I'm paying a little more life, but hey, what's up, John? There's an amulet. They have quite a bit of mana. Can't counter that one unless I draw a Prohibit, I suppose. Okay. So see, Prohibit could have gotten that. Good example. Good example. Looks like no Titan this turn. Could find a Kaya that could get rid of Amulet. Esper Charm. They have 2 cards left in hand. Probably just take their hand here, right? That seems fine. I think I just sorcery speed. You discard 2 cards. Put them in top deck mode. They could put a land into play if that's what it is, but if it's a bounce land, they have to pick up a land. Hey, what's up, Perfy? Oh, I knew about the Field of the Dead. That was my mistake. We'll get rid of the other card, though. A Sanctuary. You're my biggest fan. What? But I make misplays all over the place. I shouldn't have fans. Got the Shrine. Easy. Easy play. Another guy. Okay. Now they're just going to start smacking me. So we got them in top deck mode. They have like 8 top decks that just kill us. Hey, there's the Prohibit. Alright, just play one of these tapped, send back. How you doing today, Perfy? How's it going? This can counter a Summoner's Pact. So that can take out a couple of the draws. Oh, well then perfect. There you go. Easy. This card concerns me. If they start getting zombies, I might be in trouble. Hey, Soda Pizzab, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Gonna go ahead and open one of these up for you. What do we get? I've never heard of any of these cards. Museum Train becomes a copy of target artifact except it gains this. I have no idea what those are. Good at the gym on your lunch break, just chilling. Nice, nice. Doing a little stream here before work. Hoping I can actually finish this league. Yeah, and was used to make mustard. Oh yeah. I saw like a brief thing about that in my like Google search. Interesting. Just became an island of bunnies. Path? Yeah, not something I'm super interested in casting, I guess. Cavern of Souls. That's also a problem. Though I guess I kind of have Giants covered anyways, with to a degree with the removal spells. Okay. I'm gonna play a fetch land here so that Celestial Colonnade is up this turn, so they can't just hit me with this. They're up to 5 different land names now. Well, I'm not countering anything anyway, so I am gonna go ahead and do this. I'll take the block. I have to imagine they have something going on. Oh, okay. Sure. I'm really not racing them here, even with these. I mean, like, technically I am, but as soon as they draw, like, anything, literally anything, I'm going to get wrecked by that. So, I don't know what the game plan is here. Maybe finding, like, a Kaya or something like that. I think maybe that's what we want to do. Actually, you know what? I probably should have given myself the ability to activate a Colonnade and still have a Prohibit this turn. No attack this time around. A Snapcaster Mage. Okay. It's interesting. If they draw lands, I can't actually stop them with like the Esper Charm. I think the Esper Charm might just want to draw. I think I actually just passed the turn back. Man, having no field of... So, like, even if I make them discard here, they can just activate the other one and discard it. I don't know how I beat that Field of the Dead. I don't think I can. Yeah, there they go. They're going to start getting guides now. Yeah. Oh my god, and they even get to pick things up in... Oh, they're getting like 3 guys a turn with these. That's insane. What do I do about this? What can I draw that deals with this? I don't think I have anything that deals with this. Yeah, I don't think I have anything that deals with it. No Field of Ruin means... No Field of Ruin means there's just, like, nothing I can do about it. They can just keep playing and picking up bounce lands every turn, like 3 a turn. That's going to make 3 zombies a turn. I'm just going to die. Blast Zone doesn't do anything. Yeah, but we don't have Engineer's main deck. Or we have 1 Engineer main deck. Could kill the scouts. Could actually blow them up with this. Take out 3 things here. That actually seems alright. Let me do that this turn. Let me just blow up all the scouts and the amulet. And then I can play Teferi, bounce a zombie. This is not the game I normally have to play against. Amulet. I mean, this is at least a 4-for-1 here. And then we can play Teferi. Kill 1, draw a card. Okay. Send back. Eventually they're going to draw a Titan and kill me, but until then, we can do this. That's a Titan, but I can prohibit it. That is the prohibitable Titan. Ferry down. They're going to play their bounce land, pick up a bounce land. Picking up the Field of the Dead. Protecting it from a Field of Ruin, I guess. Oh no, they didn't. It looked like it was targeting that. That was just saying the triggered ability. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I think I just want to go on the defensive gear. Having to use spells for non-spells, but like, I don't know. If I draw the plague, and make these into 1/1s. Am I supposed to block here? I'm at 14. This might be too early to be blocking here. Hey, what's up, Brian? Yeah. We're prohibiting. We're trying it out. Alright, so let's just activate Jace, I think. Get rid of... I could have done the instant speed Jacing plan. Let's get another Jace in play. Play a land. Make one of their guys tiny. I'm going to ultimate this Jace. I have enough removal spells. I'm going to try to ultimate this Jace and mill him out. That's the game plan. You know, I'll eventually die to a Titan, but... Doesn't even attack! Because we get to block with the Colonnade this turn. Kaya's Guile. Interesting. I don't think this is an instant sorcery I want to cast this turn. We'll just make one of these smaller. Send back. This is the weirdest game I've played. This is like the stone weirdest game I've played. Ancient Stirrings. That's going to find a Titan for sure, which is going to mean chains of Titans and also millions of zombies. They have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm snap prohibiting, I guess. I have to snap prohibit that, because that... Oh, it can't find a Titan, but it can find a Teleria West, and then Teleria's... whatever. I'm countering it. It can't find a Titan. It gets colorless cards. Whatever. Get it out of here. Finds more lands. More zombies. I don't know, man. Alright, going to Jace. Animated Colonnade. I'm going to mill him out. I'm going to make it happen. I'm not going to use my removal spells. I'm going to keep using my Snapcasters instead. Keeping these zombies under control. No, you can have all the life you want. I'm going to mill you out. I'm going to try to mill you out. Never done it before. Just want to see if it's possible. Send back. Path a zombie? Yeah, that's not ideal. Path a zombie, get a zombie. Look at this, we're so close. Yeah. Exactly, Puck. I have literally no idea the workings of this deck. It's foreign to me. I don't know how it works, alright? I just assume we're good. Alright, you got a Ghost Quarter. It's pretty good. That ain't so bad. No attack, despite the Ghost Quarter. Beautiful. That means we're ultimating. That's what that means, alright? That means we're gonna get to ultimate here. Unless I activate this other Jace like a fool, we're ultimating. Because I can Cryptic and tap a team if I want to. I can remove things. Bounce the land and charm them. Please. Please. So if he attacks this turn, I'd rather not have to use the cast. I could go cast down plus block. I could go Cryptic tap. This is an interesting spot. Could just like Kaya's Guile. I want to save the Cryptic. Could Kaya's Guile make another blocker, I guess? Block with both, but I don't want this one to die. How many cards do they have in their graveyard? 10? I'm also considering like Kaya being lethal. I'm just going to let him attack here. Make him sack. Make a 1/1. Throw away this extra Jace, even though I'm losing this Jace, or use a cast down. I like having this extra Jace. I'm going to use the cast down. This is really silly. This deck wins in very bizarre ways. I mean, I guess I'm also taking a very bizarre line, but... Azusa is problematic. Azusa says I get a lot of zombies. I think I have to counter her. Just gonna counter draw. They already played a land this turn. I can actually counter bounce and then do the flippy get rid of the land thing. I guess I do that. So let's hold on. Cancel, counter bounce the land. Counter bounce land. And then they'll have 2 cards in their hand, and then I can go ultimate this Jace, flip this Jace, Esper Charm. There's not an Esper Charm. I don't have an Esper Charm. I flashbacked my Esper Charm. Damn it. Esper Charm? We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Ultimate. Activate. Oh boy. Get rid of this. I've made a mistake. There's not an Esper Charm in my graveyard at all. I've made a huge mistake. Alright, we send back. They've got 38 cards. We're going to cast some spells. We're going to exile things. We're going to draw a Kaya and kill them, I guess. So I've got 15 mil here. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. They're going at me. I'm going to make them Ghost Quarter here. The question is, do I path or not? Do I path or not? Probably not. Probably not. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they just do that, huh? I guess I actually just do that. Uh-oh. Karn the Great Creator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. 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 Damn it! That's a stupid way to lose. We even have the logic knot. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. That is a stupid, stupid way to lose. I hate that. We had that game won. That is so dumb. Damn it. Alright, I don't even know what I want here. Agreed loss? No, it would have been fine if I just wasn't dumb and I knew I didn't have an island there. I thought it was an island, not a plains that was left. So if I had cracked the flooded strand to get a plains and blocked the colonnade there, then I would have had double blue up and could have countered it. So I just made a mistake, is all. What is even good in this matchup? Nothing? Like forces? Forces are okay. Probably do forces over Kaya's Guiles. Because forces can catch Amulet. I could have used one of his 2 paths. I mean, I could have. I still think because it's Logic Knot, I should have just blocked and realized that flooded strand wasn't blue. I think I still just take the free block, and that way I have 2 path to exiles if he top decks Titan. Because he had Cavern on. He had Cavern on Giant, so I can't counter the Titans, and one Titan finds another Titan, so I feel like I'm supposed to just hold the paths for Titans. and just have double blue, you know? I know he wouldn't have gotten a zombie, but just so I'm prepared for Titan draws. I think that's like one of the things that beats me, but I kind of forgot that other card's in the deck. I don't have anything that interacts with the zombie land here. Sure. No, I know, Bunny. That's what I said. I should have fetched. I thought I had a blue land left. I thought I had one left. Why counter squall over veto? Yeah, I think it's a mistake. I'm playing God's Shadows list. I don't think it makes sense. I think counter squall makes sense if you're playing like Grixis and have access to red and lightning bolts and can back it up with like snap, bolt, snap, and then life matters. I think the uncounterability of counter squall makes, or of Dovin's veto makes more sense in a deck like this. You counter the second Titan because you counter the Summoner's Pact. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. I had 10 cards in my graveyard. It depends when he Summoner's Pacts, I guess, because he had a lot of mana. But that is a possibility for sure. Ugh, that feels like such a silly way to lose that game. That was annoying. That was very annoying. Oh, I could have completely countered Karn, though. I think I actually do prohibit that. Many lands. Okay. No, unless you looked when he ghost quartered you. Oh, looking. You mean no way of knowing the lands left in my deck? I mean, I knew what was. I should have known. I noticed when I had. Yeah, when I had ghost quartered, I saw. And I even made a conscious effort to grab a swamp instead so that the flooded strand could grab what I needed it to grab. The problem was I thought it was an island. Oh, I don't need to do this. It was just a mistake. That was a mistake. That's all it was. I just don't have an answer to that card. That's a good inclusion to this deck. It's like really, it's just like a good inclusion to. I mean, I thought they already had like reasonable control matchups, but like it just seems like a good grindy inclusion. I probably should have just forced that. I didn't even see they put it. I was hitting one. I was hitting one to stop the ancient stirrings, but I guess they get a amulet too. I was tapping one for the ancient stirrings, but I guess they double clicked it. Where's our Stoneforge Mystic? On the ban list. Out of here. Gotta get off tilt. I'm on tilt. Gotta get off tilt. That's how you throw games. That's how you throw games. Get rid of that. I think they have 3 lands in hand. Draw Kaya. Get rid of that mistake. That's something. It's not great, but it's something. I can just bounce this as a little bit of a tempo play. It doesn't do too much, but it's more just so I can draw and try to hit a land, which we do. There it is. Okay. Okie dokie. Might be dead here. Man, I really wanted to go off with that Jace. That bums me out. Oh, that is not good. You're right. I agree. I agree. That is bad for us. That is bad for us. Huh. That's probably not what we want for the home team here. Maybe... Did they play a land this turn? I think they did. If they didn't play a land this turn, I should probably be pathing right now and not give them an opportunity to play the Field of the Dead. I wasn't sure if they did or not. I'm going to grab a Hollowed Fountain so that I can path, but also so I have 3 blue up for Cryptic Command. We have 4 of those in the deck. We'll get rid of him. He's out of here. These are weird land choices. Okay, turn comes back. An Inquisition. An Inquisition. That would have been nice if I didn't bounce that other turn. Then I wouldn't have had the land drop. Then I would have been getting hit by a Titan. Snap Prohibit's probably better for me to leave up. Still vulnerable to the top of the deck then, Q-Bunny. It might just be better for me to, like, leave up the snap. Deal. Oh, I didn't realize Field triggered off itself, too. It's pretty good. And it's gonna... oh, God. Oh, geez. Not think about the fact he could give it haste and have it attack and all that good stuff. Yep, that is not good. I don't think we want to draw step. The reason why I didn't Inquisition at all is because I wanted to have access to Snap Prohibit, but... Jeez, this is annoying. I think we're just dead here. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of this. I just can't beat this card. For the sake of time, I'm just going to go ahead and concede. We're not going to be able to... I don't think I'm going to be able to beat the Field of the Dead in the long run, and we're getting a little close to work time, so I'm going to pick that one up. I think we could have won that game we lost, but I just needed to fetch and activate, and then we could have countered the Karn. Countered the Karn and milled them for 5, and then had 2 paths in our hand, which is another mill 10. It would have depended on what we drew. We had to draw like a little bit of gas, but would have had Jason play to help us do that. So yeah, this looks like a pretty reasonable hand. If our opponent's on a slower deck. Okay, probably getting... Ooh, they're on like a hollow one or something variant. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's actually... That's some good logic right there. That's some good logic. Anything I would have been able to take... Anything I would have been able to counter with Prohibit... Well, okay, here's an exception. So, if I went for Inquisition and his draw step was Summoner's Pact, he could in response Summoner's Pact for a Titan and then let the Inquisition resolve, and I can't Inquisition it anymore. But he can't because I had a Teferi in play, so never mind. Never mind. I had a Teferi. Yeah, so that actually probably would have just worked. Yeah, that's a good point. Could have just taken it. Good lines, good lines. Maximize velocity into the bin. Well, my hopes of this being a slow deck, I think maybe a little dashed here. Probably still just play a Jace off of an unfortunate Plains, I think. Not really doing too much else here that would be reasonable. Dashed Hopes. Now that's a magic card. That's a magic card. The old black counterspell. I mean, we have Kaya's Guile, like Plague Engineer, kind of slows things down a little bit. Slows it down a little bit. I don't know if this is Hollow One. They have Monastery Swift Spear. That's not typical in Hollow One, but I mean, obviously the Flameblade Adept is. Oh no, yeah, probably Hollow One. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it is. It is Hollow One. Dang, they are hitting me hard, man. Do they also have another Hollow One? I wonder, was that their only one? Taking 7. Yep. It's the successor, Hollow 2. Alright, so no Hollow Ones at least. I'm gonna play that. I guess I play this and get an island. That way, if I draw an island, I can Cryptic. Hey, OPX, thank you for the follow. So I'm gonna Kaya's Guile here, I believe, to make them sack and gain 4 life. Looks like maybe a Faithless Looting. A Faithless Looting flashback. Why play only free 4/4s when you can play free 8/8s? That's true. That is true. Burning Inquiry hits the bin. Okay. Looks like we're at least going to 3 here. Oh no, we're going to 2. Oh no. Wait, going to 6. I'm taking 5. Oh, I'm going to 1. I was not thinking about the super prowess over here. Going to 5? Hopefully. Hopefully we're going to 5. Sack a creature. Go to 10. Take 5. Go to 5. Alright, cool. These don't share a type. This is Jackal Warrior, Human Monk. Okay. Bummer. Alright. So I could name one of these. I guess maybe Jackal is better. It's a little harder to make that bigger around a Plague Engineer and then be able to block here. I think that's probably fine. The Jumpstart card gives a thing haste and +1/+1. So I want to name Jackal because I'm planning on blocking the Swift Spear. I'm also already seeing an extra Swift Spear there, so there's a better chance they have another Jackal, I guess. But the Jackals don't have haste, so I guess that's worth considering. I don't think there was another Faithless Looting in there. So I just figured it was a little bit harder to get this guy bigger. Yeah. Oh, pitching a Fiery Temper. No! Oh, that's so good. You win. Pitching a Fiery Temper, that'll do it. So we could do Collective Brutalities to kill things and gain life, I guess. Do you play Chromium in the 75? No, I do not. This is God's Shadow's recent 5-0 list. What do we want here? Probably don't care too much for the Thoughtseize. Oh, hold on. Give me 1 sec, guys. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so we want to be able to deal with their dudes, I guess. I think they're on Phoenix. That makes sense. I don't know if I want to bring in Surgicals, though. I guess I could bring in Spell Bombs. There's some, like, graveyard interaction going on here. I kind of want these to just, like, maybe kill one of their small guys. Jace's a little bit slow. Kaya seems really nice here. Inquisition seem fine. Maybe bring in a Spell Bomb or two. Maybe take out the Jaces and bring in some Spell Bombs. Actually, you know what? I probably want Verdicts. Trim a Cryptic. Verdicts seem like something I want against the Hollow One deck. Trim. I don't know. A Logic Knot, I guess, can counter the Hollow One, but prohibits a little cleaner on the small guys. Maybe. Yeah, we'll keep this. Thinking out my turns here. Probably want to... I want to opt turn 1. That's probably fine. Yeah, he just moved over. The dog scooted over. I went downstairs for a second to try to comfort the other dog. I can't have him up here right now because the rain's happening and he's very thrown off by rain. So I went down, I gave him a treat and tried to get him to calm down a little bit. Flame Blade. We'll go ahead and opt. Yeah, we'll take more paths. Paths are good here. There's a Verdict. Probably going to be pathing this turn. This guy can get exceptionally big very quickly. So, do have a Blast Zone, which is nice. They have a lot of 1-drops, but probably Protected by Life Total and pathing this turn. If he doesn't make it bigger, I'll take the 1. Ooh. Okay. Now I think I can just go grab maybe a Hallowed Fountain, take it a little bit slower. Then have, like, play a Creeping Tar Pit, and then maybe have a surprise. Well, yeah, I'm going to play the Creeping Tar Pit. We'll see how this turn shakes out. We can either Verdict or Blast Zone, depending on how things break here. You know, if they maybe put a Hollow One or something in play that a Blast Zone wouldn't hit, we go for the Verdict play. We'd rather have a land drop in play anyways. 2 mana, maybe a Goblin Lore. Metamorphose. Goblin Lore would be pretty scary with 2 of these in play. Another Metamorphose. Okay. Yeah, with the Morphos and stuff, they're. I mean, I guess that does just work with prowess, but they are. Whoa. This keeps happening to us. The last couple times you played against decks that have like the just free redraw effects, they had like 3 to 4 of them. We played against the 4 Street Wraiths, and then it was, I think this is the 3rd example of the 3 Morphos in a row. Fortunately, they don't have like a Monastery Swiftspear here to really be running away with it. So like these guys aren't actually getting much bigger. Collective Brutality, discarding, and they're gonna, yeah, that's fine. That is fine. I value these paths pretty highly. If we are worried about things like Hollow One and Phoenix and whatnot, the recursive guys a little more than worrying about these guys this turn. So, you know, if they're only hitting me for 4, I'm probably taking that, playing a Blast Zone. I expected them to take that one. And then we'll probably just Blast Zone pass next turn. We can blow it up when they go to combat. Then we have Hollow Ones for, paths for future threats. And we'll send back. I think I'm alright cashing in a land drop here to kill 2 things. I haven't really experimented too much with Blast Zone in my control decks yet. I know it's been popular as the 5th colorless spell in blue-white lately. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that exchange, right? 4 mana for a Leyline of the Void? Sure. Don't care about that too much. Think, you know, let's play the fetch here. We'll send back. They have 1 card in hand. You know what? Let's go ahead. I guess we could draw step, strip their hand. Kind of want to draw cards here, but if it's gonna knock out their hand, maybe we do that. Get the 2 for 1. They may have Bolt or something, I guess. Fiery Temper or whatever. Cycling a Hollow One. Okay. We get a Fatal Push and a Stomping Ground. So not too much. I think I go grab a Godless Shrine now. We're looking to find a Kaya. That'd be good. Something to get the game moving along. I don't know. I really don't like that this deck doesn't have, like, big Teferi. I think I just draw some cards here. Hey, thanks, Scott. I'll send back. Could have had a little better sequencing maybe if I had drawn my cards first. Then I could have played this Watery Grave tapped. Logic Knot. I could send in, then I tap out of this Logic Knot that I actually think I'd like to have this up, and then starting next turn I can start getting in. I don't think I wanted to pay the 2 life there. I don't know if they play Bloodghast, but a Snapcaster Esper Charm is not a thing because I did that post Leyline, so okay, never mind. Could Snapcaster opt here. I think that actually looks alright. Hey, what's up, Hansa? Doing all right. Doing a little early stream before work. Yeah, so we'll get the beats going a little bit harder here. Draw another card. Probably don't want that Inquisition. Ooh, Plague Engineer. Just get to attack more. Okay, let's get Plague Engineer down on human, I think, and get a Nile Spellbomb in play. Just get as many things in play here as we can. And then we'll start chipping away with the Creeping Tar Pits. Could have named Phoenix maybe with this. Humans for the Swift Spears, which we haven't seen any yet, so. Yeah, I definitely like going, you know, forcing the issue here. Get in for 7. Do have to keep in mind, I can't logic not for a ton if I am using the Creeping Tar Pit. Any additional cards I've been using do not go to the graveyard, so those 3 are kind of all I've got because of that Leyline of the Void. Maybe they were considering killing something there. I like our spot. Looking good. Triple Path in hand is also nice. Just run back the same play here. Though the way they pause does make me think maybe they had a removal spell. Though if I use Collective Brutality, they'll just fire it off on one of my guys here, as opposed to getting to use it on my Creeping Tar Pit, I guess. I mean, if we get in for 7, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah. We'll send back. They've got a lot to stop this upcoming turn. Faithless Looting, sure. Yeah, so I was talking about this in the beginning. This deck, because it doesn't have the Jaces and the Teferis and stuff, you gotta kill them. So I think I have to get a little bit out of my comfort zone and be a bit more proactive with my man lands, which is something maybe I should be doing anyways. But definitely need to be more ready to fire those up and get in there. So you do have to get their life total to 0 with this one. Though Kaya's a good way to do it in big chunks. Still have yet to see a Phoenix. I assume they have them, but maybe they don't. I mean, they have the Morphos, the Manamorphos though. So like I feel like that could just be for the prowess things, but like that's definitely there to bring it back, right? Hey, Bronze, thank you for the 11 months of subbing, man. I give Bethany your number. Okay. Well, I'll open a chest. I can't promise the other part. Let's see what we get. 5 play points for Phyrexian Revoker. Anyways, thank you very much for the sub. Alright. I think how we sided was probably fine. I don't think I want anything else here. I am working tonight, yep. That's why we've got the that's why I've got the day stream. I worked last night too, and it ended up running really late. I was considering streaming after work tonight, but after last night's shift, I was like, you know what, let's play it safe and do a day stream so I don't end up missing a stream. Because I know I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow, so really didn't want to go more than 2 days off this week. Okay. I hear you, Perfy. Okay, so they have the Swift Spear this time. I just really don't like having Fatal Pushes either. Like, it's such a... I feel like that's one of the biggest payoffs, you know? Take a turn off, or would I like to path this turn? I think I'm actually interested in pathing this turn so that I can Jace next turn. Jeez, Bronze. I mean, sure. There's a Faithless Looting. Might be pathing here. Okay. Not really putting much value there. Question is, am I worried about them following up with a hollow one? I am a little bit, but maybe it would only be like 1 hit anyways, because I do have this Snapcaster Mage, so I'd probably be able to path again. I'm just going to get the Plains in path here. You know, I haven't seen a Bloodghast yet, but it may have been... I wanted more information, but like maybe I should have considered that there could be Bloodghast in this deck, even though it's game 3 and I haven't seen one. and that pathing after the Faithless Looting is a little bit risky. Alright, so there is the hollow one. I'm going to play the Jace here. And then next turn we can snap path, get rid of it. Right. But the argument's more like, why is it cast downs? Like, why cast downs over pushes? That I haven't figured out. I guess hollow one's a reason. If there's a lot of hollow one floating around. Take this in. But that's the thing. It's like cast down is the thing taking the spot of the pushes. So that's still not killing Hogak. I don't quite get that one. I thought hollow one was banned by Hogak. Banned by Hogak. It was effectively banned because why would you play it? You can just gack. That's funny. Alright, so another looting here. Oh, you ended up selling it. I didn't know that, Bronze. Did you keep your, like, sweet hollow ones, though? They brought in surgical, too? I feel like that's weird. That's bad for me, though. Them finding another hollow one there is actually going to be a pretty significant issue, I think. I'm going to activate here. Kaya's Guile. Interesting. I could do a sack gain for life, but I'm going to have to pay 3 to do it. That plays around a potential extra surgical. They run in ley lines and surgicals against me. And then I could then go for the snap path after. I kind of like that. Like, get a water grave, use this, sack, gain 4 life. Let's try that. It also lets me flip Jace next turn. Because I'm going to get up to 4 cards, 5 cards, flip Jace. Whereas if I went for Snap Path, I don't think I do. Well, then I go to 4, then I go down to 3, but then I could, well, maybe. Like, there's nothing in the graveyard that I feel like I need to deal with that yet. I think I just use this Kaya's Guile as a removal spell. 2 mana. Gak is the new BNR. Gak's the new. That's the new one. Oh, I bet they had that in their hand. That's why they got rid of the other one. They want this piece of graveyard hate for some reason. I don't know why they have so much graveyard hate against us. Just to be Snapcasters, I think that's always like so wrong to bring in graveyard hate against a deck that's like only graveyard recursions, really Snapcaster Mage. Alright, so we'll grab Watery Grave here. Shock. Sack, gain 4 life. Making a Spirit does the same thing unless they have a like Fatal Push or something. Or a Lightning Bolt. So I'd rather just play it safe, and I guess then I could block with the Spirit. It's better just gain the 4 life. Go to 11. Okay. Let's activate. Oh, they're gonna kill him in response. Oh, that's weird timing on doing that. Like, why let me loot, you know? Why let me loot? Just gonna play this Colonnade tapped. Snap Path this guy. I think I do it on his upkeep. Less chance to draw. Are you gonna bolt me again? Okay. Less chance to draw like a surgical or something. wants to make you think you could flip Jace. But like, you gave me more things to do. That's, I don't know. Like, letting me get a free loot there, I don't think it's right. Alright, they've got one card in hand. What is it? Come on! It's a 3/4 and Ancestral. Your last card wins the game. Damn it! Come on, I needed like a miss. I was gonna untap with Cryptic. Oh, Jesus. Alright, well, that's gonna win the game single-handedly. Okay. Well, probably actually Kaya's Guiling here, so I need to shock. That was good. I will say, that was pretty good from the opponent. We'll see what happens here, but I'm probably... Well, let's see what the combat stuff looks like. Gotta see what that's gonna look like. Ugh. That was really good. 4 mana. Just like another Reveler. If it is, I'm gonna counter tap their team. Four mana. 3 mana. 4 mana. The same 4 mana. I don't know why they'd be paying 4 mana for it, because I'm pretty sure it's only 2, right? Pretty sure they only played 2 last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Is this just a Phoenix? We haven't seen a Phoenix yet. Is it like a promise of power or something? Maybe it's a promise of power. And they're doing Morphos and Goblin Lore or something. Fernalia promise, that's what I mean. That is in fact what it is. Doing Lightning Bolt and Goblin Lore. I guess I'm countering that. Suppose that'll be a counter. Okay. Yeah, Guile could have exiled the graveyard, but I don't think that's what I wanted. Well, I guess maybe that would have been better. Maybe that would have been better. Kyle just exile the graveyard, make you sack a creature. They sack the... So then they're still prowessing that guy. And he's going to be a 4/5. They're going to sack their 1/2 menace. Maybe. Maybe I should have used the Guile there. Looting. Gotta dodge threats. Gotta dodge threats. Trophy and land into the bin. So they got 2 spells in hand. Looks like maybe just a flashback. Hopefully. Nope, not a flashback. We're in trouble. Oh, maybe a flashback. Oh, Blood Moon! No! Why? No! 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 Oh, dude. Come on. Teferi. Cast down. Beautiful. Ay. That'll do it. Our one of swamps in the graveyard and Esper Charm's the only way we have to get rid of it. Alright. Yeah. Dang it. Dang it. You love it, but you hate it for me. Thanks. At least you can sympathize. I will say, you know, blood mooning from the other side of the table is one of the more satisfying things you can do. And then, you know, when you're the blood moon player and you know, you can experience your own tilts when, you know, you blood moon and then they're like, huh, basic. Like, never mind. It's a lot of lands. I am playing Esper. Maybe. Hey, what's up, Pedro? I always ask if you post the videos, but this time you can watch me live. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we've got 2 more matches here for today. Playing earlier than I normally do because I'm going to be working tonight. So, I mean, we're playing Esper Control. We're on the play. Obviously, a lot of lands is awkward. Kai's Guile's kind of a cool card. I just don't think it's right that there isn't Jace or... I know I've been saying this a lot, but I want to reiterate this. I don't think it's right that there's no Jace or Teferi in this deck. Like, I feel like it makes keeping these hands be like, well, I can't even, like, draw something that, like, pulls me ahead. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Waffo would keep this hand. Then I'll keep this hand. Even if the bunny would not. I'm going to say the opponent is on a slow deck, and this is going to be a great hand. They're going to be on something real slow. Yeah. There we go. The mirror. That's what I'm looking for with this hand. Ooh, that's a good draw too. That's a good draw if this is the mirror. It is not the mirror. Oh boy. Alright. Maybe like a Niv Mizzet deck. Hopefully a Niv Mizzet deck that is not playing counterspells. Oh, they're playing counterspells. You gonna veto me? Don't veto me. That'd be rude. Green, multicolor spell. Eladamri's Call. Eladamri's Call? Get a Niv Mizzet. God Shadow usually plays the mid-range way. Yeah. Got a Bloodbraid Elf. Bloodbraid Elf is really bad into Teferi, though. That's interesting. Bloodbraid Elf is like really bad into Teferi. You don't get to Cascade. So do they have an answer to Teferi, I guess? Interesting. They must have some way that they're planning on killing Teferi first. I don't know. Maybe green black trophy. Okay. Fair enough. A cast down. Okay. Let's maybe be able to do both our spells this turn. Okay, there's the Bloodbraid Elf. See what it hits. What happened? It hit Maelstrom Pulse. Okay. I think I like maybe sack, get a spirit here. That's a good draw. By playing that tap land, it means I'm not going to be able to both Cryptic and cast down, but I think that should be fine. So he has another Bloodbraid Elf that like hits a spell I'd want to be able to counter and then be able to deal with it too. Definitely going to let that resolve. Okay. Yeah, this has got to be a Niv Mizzet deck. This has got to have Niv Mizzet in mind. The old counter spell. We'll get Jace down here. I don't know why I'm doing it pre-combat. Playing like a loose goose. Getting in with the spirit. Yeah, I don't think we ever beat a Niv Mizzet, so a resolved Niv Mizzet, I should say. So yeah, we probably don't want to touch anything with this cryptic that we don't have to. That is not a Niv Mizzet. I mean, I imagine that's what this deck is with these, you know. Ugh. See now, but that's something I really want to counter. Because that's killing my Jace and also picking up a thing. So I am going to counter it. And now I'm going to lose to this Niv Mizzet that they're going to cast. If only I could cast that. See, I say it until they put a K command on the stack. It's true until they put a K command on the stack. And now I'm getting Niv Mizzeted, and now I'm going to lose to that. But I kind of would have lost to that K command, killing my Jason, whatever, anyways. Oh, maybe not a Niv Mizzet. Hope it's a Niv Mizzet. There it is. Yep, Ring to Light. Yep. I had to. I think I had to do that cryptic. Alright. Notion Thief. Fulminator Mage. Is a Charmed Fairy. Alright. You got me. Not beating that. Alright, what do we want against the Niv Mizzet deck? I mean, it is the absolute killer of fair decks. This is going to be a really, really hard one to beat. We could have Force Negations for Bring to Light. I think that's reasonable. Cast Downs seem really bad. You think you would let the K command resolve? That kills my Jace and picks up Bloodbraid Elf? And then if they don't have, like, I don't know. We didn't know they had the Niv. I understand they have like 7 or 8 copies of it in their deck, but like that was a really good K command. No, I know. But like that was such a good K command. I mean, these can counter Bring to Light. There's a lot of spells, I guess, this Counter Squall can counter. Maybe we want that. It doesn't counter actual Niv, though. I don't even know. I don't know. These all just kind of seem medium. Spellbomb doesn't do anything. They are... Well, no, because they're not as threat light as the Niv one we played, because they have, like, Bloodbraid Elves. I mean, I don't know. I think this looks okay. Plague Engineer looks really bad, though. He's not really doing anything. Maybe a Collective Brutality instead. That or a Counter Squall. I don't think I want a Verdict. Maybe I'm supposed to play a Verdict. Maybe I'm supposed to play something silly like a Surgical or something if I can stop the first Niv to stop the rest of them. I can't beat Niv, but again, the Bloodbraid Elves make me like not want that. The Kaya's Guile kind of sucks. Maybe Kaya's Guile should be like a Verdict. I'll try this. Charm aggro, discard your soul. Alright. Probably don't keep this one. Okay. This has got something going on. Actually, might just get rid of the Blast Zone. Yeah. Let's see. Get rid of the Blast Zone. Turn 1 Inquisition. Maybe take a bird or something. Oops, that's the wrong mana. Bird, or is it Charm? They'd be able to Is it Charm my Kaya. Maybe I just let them bird with this. And then I have Force. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'll let them hit the bird. I wanna get this Kaya in play, I think. They have a Bring to Light, so we're going to have to find another blue card. I'm probably going to have to use this Opt to find a land drop. But, I don't know, we'll see. Also, Kaya can get rid of the bird. That's a good point, Drake. If we would like to, Kaya can down tick kill the bird. That seems reasonable. Maybe not before they get any use out of it, but before it gets them to Niv mana. Oh, we find a land. Nice. Well, now I actually don't feel like I need to opt. I'm just going to play this tapped Hallowfound, send back. Kaya can eat your soul. Oh. Didn't know that. Huh. Yeah, I don't either, Splatter. So far, I have not been a fan of it either. That's interesting. That is interesting. That's a lot of value. There's a lot of value. But that force, that Bring to Light is going to kill me. They're gonna, yeah, but maybe I can hold it off. Maybe we can find something else. I don't know. Maybe I do this. What do you think? What do you guys think? You think you force this? If I force it, I don't have an immediate answer. I'm gonna have no cards in hand basically, and I won't have an answer to the Bring to Light. Kai only down ticks 1, so you think we do force? Yeah, maybe. They have a lot of lands in hand. We'll see. We're going to just have our draw step. We are going to have to find something within the next couple of draws that deal with that Bring to Light. Yeah, that's what I'm not totally sure on. How bad it... Well, okay, now we found an answer to the Bring to Light, so that's cool. Just grab an island here. Get rid of the bird, send back. Good. Like, we already know they have a ton of lands in hand. They kind of had a flooded hand, so maybe it wasn't super, super important to get rid of it. The thing is, like, Kaya's also good against Ren. Like, well, no, I guess not. They just keep... it's sorcery speed that I'm getting rid of the land, so... I'm just going to duress them here. Take that Bring to Light. I could have played this in Shocked in case they... Well, no, they can't Izzet Charm off this mana. Yeah, but I think their hand was, like, not too concerned about fixing. Bring to Light and another Birds, which they elected to not cast into the Kaya. Okay, so they have nothing in their hand right now. We have nothing in our hand right now as well. That is true. Ren's ultimate is scary. And we may have a hard time... We don't have very many ways to deal with him, so... I'll go ahead and fire off an Opt right now. We'll keep it. And we'll send back. It's a pretty good draw. Can't cast it this turn, but... Okay. Yeah, we'll eat it. I mean, no point in ulting if it's not potentially, killing them, I guess. Ooh, what's this? Notion Thief. I can't deal with a Notion Thief. I know they only have a land in hand, right? So I am gonna Notion. There you go. I am gonna counter the Notion Thief. That feels kind of bad. Now I'm shields down. They're shocking. They drew into Mizzet and I die. Blue, red, white, black. Oh, no, not an Mizzet. Oh, geez. Season Pyro in this deck? That doesn't make any sense. That's really weird. I don't understand why that's in the deck. I mean, I guess it's just a pile of good cards, so maybe that's why. But I don't know. It's not multicolor. It doesn't hit off Niv. I guess you can hit it off Bloodbraid Elf. It's like a really good hit off Bloodbraid Elf. That seems really weird, though. Uh-oh. More spells. Uh-oh. Jeez. This league is not going so hot. No. That's a magic card. That is a magic card. That is a magic card with some text on it. And I guess it's going to get used here. Because it will not be able to be used in another scenario. If that guy resolves. Jace is kind of another magic card. Really was not expecting this card in the deck. I have not seen that yet. Drawing an answer to this guy that would let us like keep around Kaya would be nice. This is a problem though. Oh, what about just another Kaya? Follow-up Kaya is kind of cool. So we can let them kill Kaya this turn and have a follow-up Kaya. This we're gonna have to find an answer to, and I don't know if we have very many. It doesn't feel like this list has like the tools you need in a control deck. It just feels like, yeah, it just doesn't feel like it has like the answers I need. I feel like I'm sitting here with getting asked a lot of questions by the opponent and just not having at all the answers to deal with these. Damn, dude. Alright, one more try. We'll see. The Niv deck is real. The Niv deck is super real. Obviously that was a really quick concession, but I don't think we were winning that board state. Again, we just don't have like I just feel like I don't have the cards that can recover from resolved spells. I really don't like the construction of this deck. Alright, we'll keep this one. What's the score? An unfortunate 1-3 at the moment. An unfortunate 1-3. Horizon Canopy. Playing humans. Okay. And we don't have Fatal Pushes. So like even the decks that I feel we don't have Fatal Pushes or Supreme Verdicts. Ah. Okay. Meddling Mage, Mantis Rider. But only a Noble. Maybe I just take the Noble here. I'm going to take the Noble. A lot of other problematic cards, but, you know, if they don't draw a land... I don't know. This card probably is all they need. At Blast Zone, I guess. Like, now they can Thalia this turn. I don't know. It just feels like it's not playing anything that Modern cares about right now, other than, like, Graveyard. Like, we beat Hogak, but that took, I think, a lot of things going our way, but I feel like I'm just struggling, as opposed to, so when I mean, like, have the answers, like, I feel like as opposed to, oh, I'm just dead now. Yeah, maybe that wasn't the take. as opposed to blue-white, where I'm sitting there feeling like I have cards that are answering the things in the format, you know? Like, I want like Celestial Purge in the sideboard. Like that's a big part of like sideboard plans. I feel like I want like I don't know. I mean, I know Esper doesn't normally play Detention Sphere, but Detention Sphere, I want Big Teferi. Big Teferi answers everything. Like, I want at least a copy of him. You know? Maybe they think we're the Death Shadow version. Fatal Push. Okay. Joke's on you. I don't play a single copy of that card. Haha. So we're going to try to get this on 2. Play Blast Zone, tick it up, then next turn blow it up. The answer is to play Jeskai control. I do love me some Jeskai. But then, so Jeskai's kind of the other side of things, where it feels like it can answer the stuff that, like, maybe this deck isn't answering, but then it struggles super hard against the graveyard decks. Jeskai's very hard against the graveyard decks. I wouldn't say Jeskai's poop. Jeskai I've been doing pretty well against a variety of decks. Like, I've even been doing well against Tron with that deck. Here's a Mantis Rider. You know, any of the creature strategies, it's really good against. It's just very, very bad against the, it's very bad against the graveyard strategies. Very bad against them. It's not great against the Urza strategies either. That's actually another problematic area. Okay. Did I know about the Mantis Rider? I did know about the Mantis Rider. Interesting. Cracking the land there is interesting, because this is already up on 3. So, if I'm sweeping these... That is interesting. That is interesting. Maybe, no, they didn't play a land, though, so they didn't draw a land off that. I feel like that was an aggressive cracking. So unless they have another Mantis Rider, I'm going to 7 this turn. They have another Mantis Rider. Okay. I'm going to 4 now. Blow up these 2. Then I guess I have Kaya's Guile next turn. I probably want to do it even at sorcery speed just to make sure. Ugh. Another Thalia. Oh, freebooter. That just kills me. Take the Kaya's Guile. Well, unless I draw the Verdict that's in my sideboard. Could draw that. This is your idea. Build the deck. I think I have a few cards. Let's see. Yeah, that's probably more aligned with like what I would make Esper look like. It's a lot of hand disruption though. Draw an Opt. By using my white mana here, I can't path snap path if I draw a path. Whoops. Well, it doesn't matter. I couldn't anyways because I'm using a land. I'm using a mana, I should say. There, we're still just dead here. Yeah, losing to humans game 1 is rough. So I bring in sweepers, bring in plague engineers, trim, logic knots, and prohibits, I suppose. Or do we want to trim in like maybe the Thoughtseize department? And leave in some amount of counter spells, maybe bring in some more things that can act as removal spells. Collective Brutalities can technically act as removal spells. throw the second in the garbage. It's not suiting me well, and you know I'm probably not playing. I'm probably not playing to how it's meant to be played because I'm used to playing with the other builds. Exactly, yeah. There's no Jaces, no Teferis, no sweepers. Very, very bizarre build of Esper. But I want to see how it plays. You know, I wanted to see how it goes. I don't know. I feel like I take this and maybe bring in these because they kill things. We'll try this. Oh, what happened? What happened? I don't know what I hit. Take the play. Sure. We don't have early removal, but we have some good stuff going on. Definitely not my style of deck, for sure. Definitely not what I'm comfortable with. That's probably showing in our unfortunate record. Alright, there's the Aether Vial. We can maybe reset that on turn 3. So play a Jace here, and then maybe... play Jace, reset that on turn 3. I think I'm going to actually shock here. All right, see you later, Ponzo. Thanks for hanging out today. I know this is an unusual time for me to be streaming, so thank you guys for still being able to come and catch the stream. This is going to be the last match for today. I'm going to be heading to work after this. So. They could play a Thalia here or a freebooter. Looks like a freebooter. That could take my Teferi. Does he have his leagues up anywhere? Does he have them on YouTube or on Twitch? I'm sorry, Captain. Yeah, I work very soon. They're on YouTube. Oh, I should check them out. I want to see the approach that the creator of the deck takes with this. Okay, I'm just gonna get that guy into play here, I think. You know what? I guess I should have activated this first, but guess I should have done that. Nothing I'm going to be able to do now. So I'm actually just going to pass with it up. No, I haven't played blue-white mid-range in a little while. Oh, cool. I'm gonna give his leagues a check then. My Jeskai list, still looking similar to what it was before. Oh, I'll show you it. That's what I have up. What I have together right now. Just grabbing a link. I made a couple of sideboard changes, but this is what I'm playing at my store, trying to beat a bunch of creature decks and Tron and Jund. It's creature decks, Tron, and Jund at my store. Excuse me. Looking for a path. Collective Brutality is actually kind of nice here. We can get rid of an Opt. In fact, it can actually kill this guy. Alright, let's activate Jace. Get rid of Jace. Play a land. So if this is a Thalia's Lieutenant, it feels pretty bad grabbing this guy. I could actually just guarantee kill this. But if he plays the Thalia's Lieutenant, it also just kills the Thalia's Lieutenant, but then it keeps this alive, I guess. Maybe it's safer to just get rid of this. That's a good question. I wonder if I should just get rid of this and get the Teferi going. I kind of want to do that. Not that I can get the Teferi going now, but get him back at least. Unless, what if he just has another freebooter? Guess that could also be in his hand. Yeah, I like the... I've been playing around with the one of Awakened Inferno. I just really like that card. I think I just send back here. I'm a big fan of that card as just a control breaker. We'll hit weeks where there's a handful of control players at the store, and that's a good way to deal with it. So while they're tapped out of Vial, I'm going to see if I can find a path to clear their board here. Stop, like, phantasmal images or something. I don't know. Just a control breaker. Just like a super hard control breaker. Alright, we're looking good now. I don't know. I don't know if she totally deserves a sideboard slot yet, but I want to test her. Good against Storm? Chandra? Why would Chandra be good against Storm? That's the freebooter. Because they... Do you know what the card does? It doesn't have anything to do with them drawing cards. The bottom emblem? Yes. It's... The bottom emblem? It's at the beginning of your upkeep. It deals 1 damage to you. It's not when you draw a card. It's just at your upkeep. Did you think it was when you draw a card? Oh, I shouldn't have played a land yet. Again, I should have activated Jace first, but whatever, we'll activate him now. That makes me want to do this now. All right, whatever. So now I can now I got rid of his snap, which feels really bad, but I'm going to Kaya and get rid of this. And if they put something into play, I can Jace uptick on it or Jace downtick, snap path it. Okay. So now we just uptick here. Send back. -2 power. Sweet. Now I can get in there. Yeah, I should have just not played that land, and then I could have had Kaya and Snapcaster and been in a way better place, but, like, whatever. We're here now. Moving forward, what would you change for your Jeskai list? Not too much. I've been pretty happy with the main deck. I think I added a Ceremony, or I think I added a Stony in the sideboard over the Timely. I think I got rid of the Timely. I think the one of Rip is not fantastic. They got nothing. They got nothing over there. It's more the sideboard I want to tweak. I really like the super aggressive build that I have. With all the bolts and everything. Not playing Electrolyze, just playing all the 3 damage bolts. It lets me that list just lets me take super aggressive lines against the decks where I need to do that, and super defensive lines against the decks that I need to do that. Just feels like it's doing what I need it to do. Man, they probably have a lot of X1s in their hand. That's another good draw. We're just gonna keep doing what we're doing here. Actually, guess I can get rid of a snap here to just gain some life. What's up with the opponent's hand? It probably has a lot of humans that would die to Plague Engineer. If they just play them, it's probably a lot of X1s. So this turn, if they just send back again, I'm going to Kaya's Guile, make them sack a creature, make a 1/1. Get back my Teferi. Just a bunch of X ones. Would die, would die, would die, would die. Meddling Mage, not mattering too much. Maybe what they drew this turn. That was a good Plague Engineer. Good Plague Engineer. I think we're fine with how this is set up to send back. Alright, last game. Let's see if we can at least come back here with a 2-3. This has got to be at least a reasonable matchup. I think worse than how our matchups normally are with Esper builds. But we'll see. Game 1s are a little bit easier normally with the Esper builds, but Kayas are really good, so having additional Kaya is nice. Just gotta find our Plague Engineers. 3 Plague Engineers. Let me play all of them. No Reflector Mage. Just 3 Plague Engineers. The hard lock. This is no Plague Engineers, but a pretty reasonable hand. I'll keep it. No Engineers, but a reasonable hand. Need the opponent to not come out of the gates blazing hot. Man, they are really good at having Vial. Stop having Vial on turn 1, please. Okay, Verdict's a good one. Verdict's a good one. Imagine having... I know! Like, not having the pushes, man. Whenever I'm playing Esper, push is, like, the reason I'm playing Esper. It's like, oh, that is, like, the reason. It's to have more spot removal. But then that's why I always play Jeskai, because I'm like, I'd rather just have bolts that can do both, you know? Get you a card that can do both. Thalier, freebooter here, freebooter. Okay. It's just so weird to me. Like, it's just so weird to me. I feel like that's such an important card. But who knows, man? He does well with it, you know? Could be one of those situations where, you know, it's like Wafatapa, where they'll be the only person in the world to do as well with their lists. Who knows? But I'm definitely gonna go check out the. I'm gonna go check out his online leagues with it. I'd like to see him playing it. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and slow things down with a Collective Brutality here. I'm going to have to shock myself to do so, but I just want to get this guy dead. I don't want him to be able to build up a board state. Playing Jace would be nice, but I think I'm supposed to just clear this, get my path back, and the next turn have Jace plus a path. Is Esper your pet deck? No. Jeskai is. Jeskai is definitely my pet deck. If that was targeted at me. Jeskai is the one I like playing the most. And that I am still playing despite it not being particularly well positioned. It just fits the play style I have. Okay, white. White. Maybe a Militia Bugler. Maybe a Big Thalia. Could be. Bugler. You like straight blue-red? Interesting. Like the, like Blue Moon? Blue Moon's pretty sweet. I really like the Karn Blue Moon list that I played a while ago. That was a really fun one. I wouldn't mind revisiting that one. Blood Moon is your favorite? Oh, nice. Foiled out Ponza. You do. Are you in our Discord? I want more people to use this part of the Discord. I don't think it's getting used. Well, now it's getting used that way. If you're in the Discord, dude, you should. Oh yeah, I knew you were in the Discord. You should post a picture of it. Picture of people posting some pictures of like the cool blinged out decks. I'd love to see it. Bugler picked up Gaddock Teague. Oh, a 1-2 punch. Gaddock Teague turning off Supreme Verdict. Meddling Mage is going to name Path to Exile. And silly us, we don't play Fatal Push. That is going to be an issue. Ugh. Alright. Well, if I can flip him, I can maybe Collective Brutality in time to kill the Gaddock Teague to Verdict. We'll see. But this is starting to feel like we're getting locked up here. Verdict is great. No, it's not. Verdict about to not be so good. We don't have a Settle. Settle wouldn't matter either. Gaddock Teague. We're not going to be able to play anything. Yeah, we're dead. We got to draw a Cast Down, I guess. Cast Down to kill this. Then we unlock Path. Double Path. Oh no, we can draw Cast Down. That could keep us in it. Put your Gaddock Teague into play, buddy. Yeah. Don't let me go to my main phase with that Gaddock Teague. Alright, come on, Cast Down. That doesn't do it. Well. Ooh. Huh. Taking 4, 6, 8. Going to 6. Huh. Blowing it up, killing 2. He has 1 card in hand. The question is if I play Plague Engineer, Go, who trades up on a lot of things. I think I'm just Plague Engineering, and then playing a tapped Watery Grave. Yeah, I don't think we Blast Zone yet. But Blast Zone could be a good one, because Plague Engineer now just, like, holds off his whole board if he doesn't have an answer to it. Oh, no Dismember. This holds off the whole board. I mean, except for Gaddock. But then if he attacks for Gaddock, I can Supreme Verdict, so we just have to hope he doesn't have an answer to Plague. Drawing a card. God, this card is very good against humans. Surprise. And then, hopefully this holds them off. Then we Blast Zone. Blast Zone sets up to deal with the 2 drops. We're in this. Not dead yet. Another Canopy. Maybe another Cracking. Could see that. We need to dodge Dismember, Reflector Mage, and Phantasmal Image. He's just stuck on paying costs. What is this? Crack a Canopy. For a Canopy. Hey, thank you for the follow. Oh. Another Meddling Mage. Okay, that's another thing that just dies to Blast Zone. Another thing that'll just die to Blast Zone. Name's Collective Brutality. Okay. Trying to lock it up. You know what would be an even better draw? A second Plague Engineer. Because that would go dead. 0-1-0-1. That'd be pretty good. Oh, no. No Reflector. Oh, Campbell Chicken Noodle. Okay. Blast Zone, go. Blast Zone to 2, looking good. Especially with the opponent on 0 cards, so they do have double Horizon Canopy. Blast Zone, almost wants to go to 3. It almost wants to go to 3. It doesn't. It wants to go on 2. 2 are the more problematic cards, but it almost wants to go on 3. A redraw. There's a redraw. Didn't want to play Jace, because Jace is a 2-drop that'll end up dying to these, dying into the Blast Zone. Oh man, what a tricky spot. Plague Engineer, so good, so good, so good. Looks like the turn's maybe just coming back. Turn's coming back. They have 2 cards in hand. Alright. We're gonna take this up to 2. Okay. Now I think I just Blast Zone right now. Though maybe I don't play Jace. Maybe I leave up Double Path. Blast Zone, blow up, pass. Leave up Double Path. Especially because I may just Verdict. So I guess I just send back. Yeah, I'm probably just Verdict. Yeah, I think we just go land, send back. I think you're right. Not that they can flash in anything that would matter with the Blast Zone, but still, yeah, we just send back here. Another redraw. They're up to 4 cards in hand. Say they send back. Am I going blow up Blast Zone, my turn, Verdict? Getting rid of the 3 drops? That's a good question. I'm in a Blast Zone now, though. Okay. Gonna opt. Oh, I'm an idiot. That mattered. I wasn't thinking about him. Bottom. Was not thinking about him. I think I do Verdict. I think I go Verdict, play Jace, go. But he's kind of being held down by this card. Maybe I don't have to. I probably... You know what? Maybe I don't, but I do play the Jace still. Because I'm flipping Jace. Let's play Jace, because he doesn't count on this. We'll send back with Double Path available. Then we can probably flip Jace before. I haven't thrown the deck in the trash yet. I mean, it's definitely a unique take on the deck. It's just not my play style. I just don't feel like it fits how I like to play the game, or how I'm used to playing the game. Yeah, that's a good point. He could refill with a bunch of 2s here. But he does know about the Verdict, right? Another Aether Vial is fine. It's still just hard to close the game out, you know? It's hard to close the game out. We don't have like the Lyra plan out of the sideboard. We don't have a Teferi, a Jace. We just don't have anything to close the game. I want more closing power. Thalia's Lieutenant. Interesting. Okay. We're really getting into the Verdict range. No, that does just die. But now they can make attacks. That's interesting. No. Could block here, then Verdict. Block, flip Jace, Verdict. 2 cards in hand. And I can have a path up. I think that's fine. I think I like that. Block here. go to 10, flip Jace, go to 9, go to 7. Gotta get another white source here. Untap. Okay. Let's draw a card. Flip Jace. Verdict. Verdict. I can get rid of a land. Verdict. Go to 7. You know, if he has a Mantis Rider or something, I have the answer. Uptick Jace, send back. Cryptics, you know, they don't look great, but as time walks of just tapping, they're okay. And then Jace can Verdict again. Yeah, Kaya would be a good draw. Being able to, like, clear Vial or whatever. They have 2 cards in hand. They're about to go to 3. He won a lot of games. He won a lot with Kaya and Tar Beats, yeah. I chased the Architect of Thought. Yeah. Those were the good days. Gonna leave that in play for now. That'd be a nice little Kaya target. I just uptick on it. Puts it to -1. Play this tapped and send back. You know, and at some point we can just downtick Jace and Verdict again if he commits to the board. So. Another 1 drop, sure. Could be nothing. I have a feeling it's not actually a card. Oh, it is. Another champion. Okay. Ooh, and a 3 drop? Nothing. Okay. So, these Cryptids aren't going to do too much other than tapping. I could just go tap draw this turn and then Verdict. And get a 2 for 1. I don't hate that. Ooh, especially not if they're going to put another creature into play. Oh yeah. I'm just going to let that resolve. Aetherling off the top. Woo. Tap, draw. I am at a low enough life total that I think I do want to do this. Collective Brutality, not too bad. So, yeah, I'm just going to grab the Verdict here. Assuming that 1 card isn't going to be able to stop me from doing it. We'll Verdict. I think I just send back with double path up. Getting a 3 for 1 at this point of the game, that catches up all those Horizon Canopies. Instant speed brutality is value. It's kind of sick. It is kind of sick with these Aether Vials. Like, it's no joke with the Aether Vials. Alright, they're sending back. Oh, Esper Charm. That's a hot one. Let's get Teferi in play here. We're just going to uptick them both. Send back with 3 removal spells. We're looking good. We're looking good. That was looking to be a really, really scary game with the Meddling Mages and the Gaddock Teagues and all that good stuff. Cabal. And we got out of like the really hard board state, and now I think we're on the home stretch here. We just need to close out the game. Okay. What could this be? Deputy of Detention. Okay. If that's going to be on Teferi, I think I actually just kill that guy right here. Not let them reset my Teferi.
Let him be at the 5. The 5 life or 5 loyalty is nice here. Make him discard with Esper Charm. Yeah, we could have done that. I kind of want to draw with this Esper Charm. I'm gonna be honest, kind of want to draw. But he's been doing the bluff Aether Vial activations like just about every turn, or every other turn. Every once in a while, he's been doing the bluff Aether Vials. So I don't think it's worth it. Another deputy. Okay. I think that just eats another path. We did it! Alright, so we finished out 2-3. Not great, but I'm glad we at least still won that matchup. Plague Engineer feels like an absolute MVP in that matchup. Like, even when it's not killing things, it's making them small enough that they can't get through. Just the Plague Engineer himself. So yeah. I think the cast down, I don't know, man. Okay, so like this is me speaking from having just played the league myself. I haven't watched God Shadow play it yet. I think the cast down's nonsense. Like, I really wanted it to be fatal pushes so often. An exception, I guess, the hollow one for sure. But you don't see too much of that going around. The Jace was pretty good. The little Jaces were pretty good for sure. I kind of like them. Prohibit wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. There were definitely spots where it was a pretty reasonable card to have. So that was fine. I like the main deck Plague Engineer. So things I didn't like, which is probably not a surprise at this point. I've been saying it a lot. No copies of Big Teferi I didn't like, or Jace. Like, no Jace the Mind Sculptor or Teferi Hero of Dominaria. I would have really liked, like, at least one copy of them. I mean, I'm definitely partial to playing with those cards, but, like, I feel like I would have really liked to have them. At least one Supreme Verdict. Like, if it's just the first one, that's probably the spot that the Plague Engineer is. But, like, I really wish there was at least one sweeper so we had access to that. So, like I was saying, I felt like I didn't have the tools to answer what I needed to answer. And, like I said, like, Big Teferi, he's, like, he closes out the game, of course, but he's also a really good answer to a lot of weird stuff, you know? I definitely would have wanted him somewhere in here. I did like the whole, like, 2-2-2-2 sideboard plan. That was kind of cool, you know, when something's good. It was pretty easy to sideboard with the deck, for the most part. I hit some, like, matchups where I wasn't entirely sure, like, where I should lean with things. I think the counter squirrels probably should be Dovin's Veto, though if, you know, after I watch his video, you know, if it is snapping, which it is, I guess, you know, the snap beats and the tar pit beats and stuff, if the deck is taking a really aggressive approach and maybe I wasn't being as aggressive as I should have been, the counter squall, I guess, does make some sense. I don't know about the Flusterstorm. Maybe that might be a response to, like, the Twiddlestorm deck popping up, and it seems like probably one of the few good answers to that deck, so maybe that's why that's in here. Other than that, though, I mean, I think the sideboard was fine, but those are the tweaks. You know, I'd really like to see, like, at least a Teferi Hero of Dominaria and at least a Supreme Verdict somewhere in here. But yeah, I really did. JVP was actually, like, pretty good. JVP was good. I just, like, always wanted to draw Kaya. Kaya was sweet. The Prohibit wasn't as bad as I thought, though. I still think the Prohibit and the cast downs could maybe be something better. So, anyways, that is it for today. Thank you guys for hanging out. So, like I said, no night stream today. This was the replacement for that. And no stream tomorrow. I'll be back Thursday. I think we're going to be playing some Grixis Control, I want to say. Not totally locked in yet, but we might be playing some Grixis Control, playing some fun, spicy ones. So if you guys can make it to that, that will likely be a night stream, back to my normal night streams. But yeah, that's it. So if you guys missed this league, it's going to be going up on YouTube. Just Evaros on YouTube. My commands aren't working right now, but so if you wanna see the rest of this league, you'll be able to see it up there. That is it. So hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna go get ready for work, and I'll see you guys Thursday. See you later.